So let us revisit Einstein's photoelectric effect equation. Now that we know what is the role of frequency, what is the role of intensity, let us revisit Einstein's photoelectric equation to see more details. Okay, so if I write Einstein's photoelectric effect equation, it is a simple conservation of energy equation, and that is E is equal to phi plus Ke max. Okay, now this E can be written as HF, it can be written as hc by lambda, or it can be written as E only, depending on what is given in the question. क्वेश्चन में जो भी दिया है, फ्रीक्वेंसी दिया है या डायरेक्ट एनर्जी दे दिया है या फिर लैम्डा दिया है. ओके, तो उसके हिसाब से वी विल यूज दिस रिलेशन. ओके, देन phi, direct question में sometimes they give the work function, or they will give you the threshold frequency, then you will get the value of phi, or they will give you the threshold wavelength. Okay, and the last thing is Ke max. Now Ke max can be written as, depending on what is asked in the question, half m v max square. So sometimes they ask the maximum velocity of the electrons, and it can also be written as EVS. We have already discussed. So Ke max is sometimes written as EVS. So if they give you the stopping potential in the question, that means they have given you the Ke max. So if the stopping potential is 10 volt, Ke max is 10 electron volt. That's it. So I'll write again. If stopping potential is 10 volt, Ke max is 10 electron volt. Okay, so if the stopping potential is 10 volt, Ke max is 10 electron volt. All right. Now, what are the important points about Einstein's photoelectric effect equation? And these important points you have to remember for problem solving. First, let us write E is equal to HF is equal to phi plus Ke max. In this equation, you are not seeing any term of intensity. You are not seeing any intensity term. So that means, listen carefully. Therefore, Ke max or stopping potential depends on frequency या wavelength या energy of one photon and is independent of intensity. Listen carefully, I'm underlining it. Ke max or stopping potential is independent of intensity. This work function, as I have already discussed, this work function is a property only of the metal. तो metal fix है तो work function fix है. तो ये तो ना तो frequency पे depend करता है ना stopping potential पे depend करता है, ठीक है. But जो Ke max है और या फिर stopping potential है, वो किस पे depend करता है? वो frequency पे depend करता है और ना कि intensity पे. Intensity है का कोई रोल नहीं है इस Ke max में. तो intensity अगर change भी कर दोगे, if you change the intensity, still Ke max will not change. That is, if you change intensity, Ke max या stopping potential will not change. Ke max or stopping potential will not change. Okay, so this is the first thing. The second thing here is, suppose intensity doubles and frequency is fixed. Okay, intensity doubles and frequency is fixed. Then tell me what will happen to Ke max? What will happen to Ke max? So you will say that Ke max does not change. Why? Because frequency is fixed. Ke max depends only on frequency. Okay, so Ke max does not change. What happens to intensity? What happens to saturation current? What happens to saturation current? Because intensity doubles and frequency is fixed, so you will say intensity doubles means saturation current doubles, because saturation current is directly proportional to intensity. So you will say that saturation current doubles. Okay, now this relation, you have to understand here that what we have written here, saturation photocurrent is directly proportional to intensity, but this is for a given frequency. If frequency changes, there will be some change. I'll discuss. For a given frequency, this is important here. For a given frequency, frequency changes, then you have to change something. I'll discuss this a bit later. Okay. Now, this was the first point, right? Now, let us look at the second point. So, the second point is Ke max is equal to HF minus phi. इसको ऐसे लिखा हमने. If you draw the graph between Ke max and frequency, see, what will you get? You will get a straight line, this side with a dotted line, because Ke max cannot be negative, right? Ke max cannot be negative. Okay, so here you can clearly see that the slope of this line is positive, and that is h. So the slope of this line is h, and this h is a constant, right? This h is a universal constant. So that means for every metal, slope will be same. For every metal, whatever metal you take, slope will be same. And you can clearly see that this minus phi is nothing but the y-intercept, right? So you will say that the y-intercept is minus phi, okay? Or the magnitude of y-intercept is phi, right? So the slope, that is tan theta, is equal to h, and the y-intercept is phi. Okay? The same equation can be written like this. Ke max is EVS, right? So EVS is equal to HF minus phi. So from this you will get the stopping potential is equal to H by E into F minus phi by E, right? So from this you will say that if you draw the graph between stopping potential and frequency, you'll get the same graph. The slope will be h by E, and the y-intercept will be phi by E. Okay, the x-intercept will be f naught. Here also the x-intercept will be f naught. Okay, so for different metals, if they ask you to draw the graph, you will draw it like this, parallel lines. Okay, so suppose this is metal 1, metal 2, metal 3. Slope has to be same. Slope has to be same. Okay, slope has to be same. Now this graph is not possible. Why? Because slope has to be same. Parallel lines can only be drawn. So this is not possible. Now in this case, so this is K max and this is frequency, and here also this is K max or stopping potential and this is frequency. Suppose this work function is phi 1, this work function is phi 2, this work function is phi 3. So you can see that this magnitude is more. So you will say phi 3 is greater than phi 2 is greater than phi 1. Okay. So phi 3 is greater than phi 2 is greater than phi 1. All right. Now suppose they tell you the graph between Ke max and 1 by lambda. So in that case, what will you say? Ke max is equal to E minus phi. Now E is hc by lambda. So again you will see Ke max and 1 by lambda is still a straight line, and this straight line will have a slope is still constant, and that is hc. Slope this time is hc, that is tan theta, and the y-intercept is phi. So the y-intercept is phi. Okay. Now the last graph that they can ask you is Ke max versus lambda, and this is the same graph for stopping potential also, only E will come here. Okay, that you will do it yourself. Now if they ask you the graph between Ke max and lambda, So in that case, you can see that this will be a rectangular hyperbola. Okay, if y is inversely proportional to x plus some constant, then this type of graph is called a hyperbola. So it will be some like this graph. Now let us come to the third point. Now listen carefully. Again I will write E is equal to phi plus Ke max. This simple equation. If energy or frequency doubles, if energy or frequency doubles और wavelength halves, एक ही बात है क्योंकि wavelength half means energy double. Okay, wavelength halves. So in that case what will you say? Ke max more than doubles. अंडरलाइन कर रहा हूं, more than doubles. तो अगर फ्रीक्वेंसी को डबल करते हो या एनर्जी को डबल करते हो या वेवलेंथ को आधा करते हो, Ke max more than doubles. Okay, and this more than doubles by an amount equal to 5. Listen carefully, we will prove it. Very simple. Suppose first the energy is E is equal to 5 plus, suppose initially the energy is K1, kinetic energy for the first frequency is K1. Now the energy is doubled. तुमको पता है मेटल का वर्क फंक्शन तो वही रहेगा. So let the new kinetic energy be K2. इन दोनों को सब्ट्रैक्ट करो. So if you subtract this, क्या मिलेगा? What will you get? 2E minus E is E and 5 minus 5 is 0 is equal to K2 minus K1. Now E can again be written as 5 plus K1. So from this you will get K2 is equal to 2K1 plus 5. यहाँ से proof हो गया कि नहीं? That the new kinetic energy is 2 times the old kinetic energy plus something, and that plus something is 5. Okay, so the kinetic energy more than doubles if frequency doubles. If you generalize this, then you will say if energy or frequency becomes n times and wavelength decreases n times, in that case what will you say? You will say that Ke max becomes more than n times. And by how much? First, by how much? By n minus 1 into 5. So double होने से देखो 2 minus 1 into 5 आ जाएगा. Okay, let us derive this also. So first E is equal to 5 plus K1, simple. Ne is equal to 5 plus K2, दोनों को subtract कर दो, so you will get K2 minus K1 is equal to Ne minus E, that is equal to n minus 1 into E, but E को फिर से लिख देंगे 5 plus K1. Okay, so in this case what will you get? K2 minus K1 is equal to n minus 1 into 5 plus n minus 1 K1. So from this you will get K2 is equal to n K1 plus n minus 1 into 5. आ गया? K2 becomes n times the kinetic energy of initial kinetic energy plus something. So it becomes more than n times. ठीक है? अब इसी चीज को उल्टा करके लिखते हैं. फोर्थ पॉइंट में इसी चीज को उल्टा करके लिखेंगे. व्हाट विल यू राइट? इफ kinetic energy doubles, then you will say frequency or energy is less than double and wavelength is more than half. इसको जनरलाइज कर देंगे. इफ काइनेटिक एनर्जी बिकम्स n टाइम्स, क्योंकि फ्रीक्वेंसी को डबल करने से काइनेटिक एनर्जी मोर देन n टाइम्स होता था. तो अगर काइनेटिक एनर्जी डबल हुआ है तो फ्रीक्वेंसी लेस देन डबल होना पड़ेगा. If kinetic energy becomes n times, then frequency energy is less than n times and lambda is more than 1 by n times. So suppose if lambda becomes 3/4, So this n is not necessarily an integer, is not necessarily an integer. Okay, in the last point also, this n is not necessarily an integer. So if lambda becomes 3/4, then find new kinetic energy. Okay, old kinetic energy is given to you. So what will you say? See, so if lambda becomes 3/4, that means energy becomes 4/3, right? So that means n is equal to 4/3. So you will say that the new kinetic energy k new is equal to k old. Suppose k old was k, nk plus n minus 1 into pi. Okay, so if this n here is not necessarily an integer, I'll write it here. This n is not necessarily an integer. Okay, the same points we will not use if frequency or energy decreases or wavelength increases, because in that case it might happen that energy is decreased so much that it becomes less than the work function. In that case there will be no photoelectric field. Then ये सब का बात करने का कोई फायदा है ही नहीं. Okay, so that is why they will not ask you questions if frequency is decreased. Okay, if they are asking you, then that means they are checking your concept, this concept only. All right. Okay, then we will discuss the fifth point. In the fifth point, we will revisit this graph, the current versus the potential difference between the anode and the cathode. Okay, and this is the graph. Now everybody listen carefully. This is very important for both entrance and boards. Keeping frequency fixed, if intensity is changing. So यहाँ पे frequency को fix करके intensity को change कर रहे हैं, then what will happen? So if frequency is fixed and intensity is changing, so listen carefully. Frequency fixed है, that means stopping potential fixed है, because stopping potential depends only on frequency. Okay, stopping potential depends only on frequency. So if frequency is fixed, that means stopping potential is fixed. Okay, now if stopping potential is fixed, तो इस ग्राफ में इंटेंसिटी को चेंज करने से भी ये पॉइंट तो सेम ही रहेगा. Okay, so if this point is same, so let us draw the graph for two intensities. So this is first graph, second graph. Suppose this intensity is I1 and this intensity is I2. Okay, then listen carefully. If they give you frequency is fixed, then this is not changing. This is very important. If frequency is fixed, Vs is fixed. ये भूलना नहीं है, important चीज है, इसीलिए ऐसा important point लिखा रहा हूं. Okay, now clearly you can see that I2 is greater than I1. Why? Because I2 में saturation photocurrent ज्यादा है. Saturation photocurrent is directly proportional to intensity. So I2 में you can see that saturation photocurrent is more. So you will say that I2 is greater than I. Okay, but the next graph is tricky. The next graph is very, very tricky. Listen carefully. Listen very carefully. This time intensity is fixed and frequency is changing. Intensity is fixed and frequency is changing. Now listen very carefully. This is tricky. If you remember, I is equal to NHF by AT. I is equal to Q by AT. Q is NE, E is HF. Now I is directly proportional to NF, क्योंकि H तो constant है, plate का area obviously constant है. So I is proportional to NF, means N by TF. Okay, now if frequency increases, listen carefully, if frequency increases. Because this term is fixed, this term is fixed. If frequency increases, number of photons decreases. Number of photons per unit time striking the plate decreases. That means photoelectrons decreases. Photoelectron decreases. That means saturation current decreases. Understood? So this time saturation current will decrease on frequency. तो तुम बोलोगे कि इंटेंसिटी तो फिक्स था, तो इंटेंसिटी फिक्स होने से तो सैचुरेशन फोटो करंट फिक्स होना चाहिए था, बट ऐसा नहीं है, बिकॉज I will again show you saturation photo current is directly proportional to intensity for a given frequency. अगर फ्रीक्वेंसी चेंज हो रहा है तो ऐसा रिलेशन नहीं है, बिकॉज इंटेंसिटी सिर्फ नंबर ऑफ फोटॉन्स पे ही डिपेंड नहीं करता है, इंटेंसिटी टोटल एनर्जी पे डिपेंड करता है, और टोटल एनर्जी में नंबर ऑफ फोटॉन्स इज देयर बट फ्रीक्वेंसी इज ऑल्सो देयर. ओके, सो इफ फ्रीक्वेंसी इज इंक्रीजिंग एंड आई इज फिक्स्ड, तो इन दोनों का प्रोडक्ट फिक्स्ड है, अगर एक बढ़ रहा है तो दूसरा घटेगा, और फोटोन स्ट्राइकिंग अगर घट रहा है तो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का निकलना भी घटेगा, एंड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स डिक्रीज, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का निकलना घटा, देन फोटो करंट भी घटेगा. ओके, so फोटो करंट विल डिक्रीज. Understood? So if you draw the graph here, listen carefully, if you draw the graph here, then suppose I am drawing for F1 and F2. Clearly F1 is greater than F2. Why? Because more the frequency, more the Ke max. More the Ke max means more dropping potential. Okay? But फ्रीक्वेंसी ज्यादा होने का मतलब ये नहीं है कि सैचुरेशन फोटो करंट ज्यादा होगा, इनफैक्ट कम होगा. ओके, दिस इज द कर्व व्हेन, दिस इज द कर्व व्हेन, अब ये इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट यहां भी हो सकता है, मुझे एग्जैक्टली नहीं पता कहां होगा. ओके, दैट इज एक्सपेरिमेंटल, बट the main thing is saturation photocurrent decreases if intensity is fixed for increasing frequency. Okay, now caution, in NCERT they have referred to intensity as photon flux. Actually NCERT में बार बार लिख रहे हैं intensity, but they are actually meaning it as photon flux. That means n by 8. Okay, so that means NCERT के अकॉर्डिंग if intensity is fixed वो लिख रहे हैं, but actually their meaning is if n by 80 is fixed, if n by 80 is fixed, in that case, if n by 80 is fixed, in that case what will be the graph? So again this is F1 and this is F2. Clearly F1 is greater than F2. Okay, this is stopping potential 1 and this is stopping potential 2, and this is I versus delta V curve. And in this case you will say that if photon flux is fixed, that means same number of photons are striking, in that case the saturation photocurrent will be same. Okay, so suppose, first question is, suppose frequency doubles and intensity also doubles, what will happen? First, Ke max, what will happen? So Ke max has no role with intensity. Frequency doubles, Ke max more than doubles. And what will happen to the saturation photocurrent? Now saturation photocurrent depends also on frequency. Listen carefully. So saturation photocurrent will depend on the number of photons striking the plate. So I is equal to NF, means I is proportional to NF. Now if intensity is doubling, frequency is also doubling, that means N is constant. Okay, now if N is constant, that means saturation photocurrent is fixed. So in this case you will say that the saturation photocurrent is not changing. P part, frequency doubles, intensity fixed. In that case you will again say Ke max more than doubles, Ke max more than doubles. But what will happen to the saturation photocurrent? So saturation photocurrent this time, see, intensity is fixed, frequency doubles, that means N is half. If N is half, then saturation current becomes half. Okay, see, frequency doubles and intensity halves. In that case what will happen? So in that case you will say that See, this is doubling. No, sorry, frequency is doubling, but still this is getting half. That means this becomes 1/4. So in this case, you will say that K max more than doubles, K max more than doubles, and saturation current 1/4. Okay. Now they can also ask you the question based on distance. Listen carefully. If distance of source becomes n times from the plate, or sometimes they also call from the photocathode, okay, photosensitive material, or sometimes they already refer to as plate, and sometimes they also refer to as photo cell because it produces current, right? So if the distance of the source become n times, in that case intensity becomes 1 by n square times. And because the source is same, so frequency is same. Because the source is same, so frequency is same. And if frequency is same, listen carefully, if frequency is same, that means K max is same. So taking the source away or towards does not change the K max. But saturation current, because frequency has not changed, so saturation current will depend only on the intensity. So, but saturation current becomes 1 by n square times. So, if initially suppose the current was 10 microampere or milliampere, whatever, then now the new current will be 10 by n square milliampere. Okay, n can be double, triple, whatever they give you. Okay, so these are some of the analytical questions that they can ask. All right, now the next point will be they ask you in terms of velocity. If they ask velocity, so you will write E is equal to phi plus half m v square. So from this you will get E minus phi multiplied by 2 divided by m under root is equal to v. So that is it. They can ask you the velocity. Okay. Sometimes they can ask you the ratio. For two frequencies, they can ask the ratio. They can give you, instead of phi, they can give you f naught or lambda naught. You have to replace. Instead of E, they can give you lambda. You have to replace it with hc by lambda. I have not done that. You have to do it yourself. For two frequencies, they can ask ratio. See, you will write E minus phi, E1 minus phi divided by E2 minus phi. Phi will be same, is equal to V1 square by V2 square. Okay, E1 is HF1, E2 is HF2. Okay, yeah, they can give you lambda. So E1 is hc by lambda 1 and E2 is hc by lambda 2.